Hi,
Welcome,
Betty.
Brad.
Yeah, this
Okay, so what's
if he's got PTSD and he's from the military, the minimum they hold you's a month at any VA hospital. 1 month minimum to make sure the meds are working.
mm-hmm.
I know that because,
So they
well,
held
I've
him.
been to the VA.
Um,
Hey, I'm gonna go for a cigarette, so I'll just be quiet because it's like really
go
windy
ahead, baby.
outside.
Oh, it's fine. You're
and
fine, baby.
and I've got issues with PTSD. I'll admit it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I also, after I tried dealing with it on my own and was real close to taking my own life, I got help.
Right. Which
Thankfully,
you said.
thankfully,
I
a
heard you
cop,
say.
huh?
I heard you say the other day when you wasn't watching my comments. I heard you say that you had tried to unalive yourself, but you cut your wrist or something when you came back from war, or was you
Yeah,
in?
yeah,
I
that
don't
was
know.
one of the times.
Did you ever go to war? Was you in war?
Yeah,
Was it the one my brother was in, Afghanistan?
no, I wasn't in Afghanistan. I caught a piece of the first Gulf War. I was in Bosnia, Rwanda, Somalia, Kosovo, and a bunch of places that to this day are still classified.
Yeah, yeah, I know what you're saying about that, but I mean, like, which the Gulf War would have been Desert Storm?
Yeah, the first one, Desert Storm. I caught a piece of it.
Yeah, they were in and out within a week. That was fast. That was a fast one.
It made it seem like a week for you guys, but it was we were actually there for 8 months.
8 months.
Yep.
See what we got told, but we get lied to, right? Because one of my two of the people that was family members was in the Navy, so they were on the ship, and they would call, and kind of let people know what was up. They had went in. This was the words that was said. They went in, and within like 7 days, they had already took over everything, and then they won. Like, we won, right? They were able to do whatever, and we won. Um, that was, I mean, it seemed like a quick war because they said the war was over, and that was like within like 6, 7 days. Now,
Well,
I don't know if they just stayed to clean up messes.
that was the regular army. I was special forces.
Hmm.
We were there for 8 months because there was still a lot of red guard trying to reblow the oil wells, trying to pick off the oil well firefighters and everything else.
Hmm.
As a matter of fact, I took grenade shrapnel under my left arm when I was there.
Because that one is known as like the smallest war we ever had. Like, it was like we went in, kicked ass, and that was it, pretty much. But I'm sure, like, some of the military had to stay and do other things and tidy things up. Also, when we had wars, we go and we rebuild their stuff,
Yeah,
their stuff that was
there was a lot of engineers in Kuwait trying to help them rebuild.
Kristen, if you want to come up and speak, here's the link. You just hit this link, and then you come up and you can speak. So
But it
really, it was like
was,
an 8-month process for you because you guys were tidying stuff up, still garden stuff, and then they were probably rebuilding stuff as well there.
yeah.
But I didn't think that they did a lot of damage though. It was really quick as far as you guys go, as far as everybody going in and coming out. It was fairly quick. Desert Storm was.
Yep.
From what
Yep.
I remember I got a T-shirt that said Desert Storm on it with an eagle, and a flag, and then it was over. Like that was they had already what is it called? When we win the war, they what's that word called? They surrender.
Yeah, they
They
surrendered.
surrendered.
However, another reason that my group was over there was because we got orders from the president directly to find and assassinate Saddam Hussein.
Not a Desert
Eh,
Storm.
Yes, ma'am. Right in Desert Storm, we were told to take him out. And at the last possible moment,
Saddam Hussein was for the Afghanistan.
no,
Saddam Hussein was
Saddam,
for the Afghanistan because he wasn't even
no,
there.
Saddam Hussein was in Iraq. He was the leader of
Mm-hmm.
Iraq. And we were told to take him out. And at the last possible moment, I personally got the call to stand down, which meant that the mission was being aborted and we were
So I know
to
what that means,
extract.
but I'm really confused because that's not where the war even was. It wasn't through.
Yeah, the Gulf War happened when Iraq invaded Kuwait.
I thought that was the Afghanistan war.
No, Afghanistan happened after 9/11.
Yeah, I know that, but I thought that that's what happened though.
No, after 9/11, when we went into Afghanistan and Iraq, that was the second time we were in the Gulf.
Hmm.
Desert Storm happened when Iraq invaded Kuwait and blew up the oil wells and other things. And we were told
What is DEVGRU?
DVGRU Dev Guru. It's oh shit. Christian asked me that, and I told him that I'm tired. My brain ain't working properly, and it's not. I haven't really slept in like 2 weeks, so
2 weeks.
yeah, it's. I've been having a lot of things going on, and my body's been hurting me, so I haven't really been sleeping so good. I get a
Do you know
couple
what that is
hours.
though in the military?
Yeah, I know what it is. I just can't think of it right this moment
Oh,
because my brain's sleep
so
deprived and it's not letting me pull it up.
right. You never did show me any pictures of you or anything when you was like, do you have any pictures of you? Like, how like when you sign up and stuff, what you look like when you was young? You probably don't have any of the war or anything like that, but I mean, do you have any of you like, when you got your military gear on and stuff? Because like my stepdad
My
was in
mom,
27 and a half years, he has that. And then my brother, my uncles, not my uncle, but they're like my uncles have that.
yeah, my mom had those pictures because I told her, hold on to them for me. When I get out, I'll take them.
Uh-huh.
And she said, "Oh yeah, I'm proud of you. I'll hold on to them, no problem." And when I came home, I found out that she had burned them.
Burned, but yeah, but the military has them forever
The
because
military
they
does.
they kind of take a picture like as if you're in the yearbook of high school. Everybody when you're in the military, you get that picture taken, and it's
There
usually
is.
for you're young, it's a young picture of you, you know.
There is a picture of me. I gotta try to. I've been trying to find it again, and I've been getting the red tape runaround. It's of me and my bud's graduating class.
Yeah, like something like that. You don't have that, or they can't provide that for you?
I'm getting the red tape runaround.
So, what did they say on your DD 214? Because that's what I know you get when you get released. Because Brad had
My
one, and
DD,
that was my ex.
my DD
Yeah,
two
you.
fourteen states that I was 1180 and I was honorably medically discharged.
Honorable medical discharge.
Yes,
Yeah.
because I cannot sit behind a desk and tell people what to do. I got to be able to get out there and do it myself.
Yeah. So when you do like your medicine and you go to the doctor and stuff, do you go to the VA like my brother and my dad do?
I can, yeah, but I tend to use the VA more for my mental health.
But
But
I'm
as
saying you
far as
go to
my,
you go to their you go like everything that you do you do it through the VA because it's paid for
not
life?
not everything. I've got my the doctor that I see, who's my primary physician. He worked at the VA, and he remembered me. He was my doctor, and so he worked out a deal where I don't have to drive all the way out to the VA because that's like 45 minutes away by car. Because it's in
Mm-hmm.
Albany, and I live in Cobleskill. So
Mm-hmm.
what happens is when I go to see my doctor, he'll put in all the paperwork, and I still get my travel pay,
Yeah, for
and
military,
it's
right?
yeah, and it's billed through my TRICARE and everything, so I'm good to go.
Now, do you have your little military ID thing? The like my dad carries around because he gets discounts and stuff like that.
I do have one, however, I have it in a safe deposit box at the First Bank of Texas in Temple, Texas, along with a 9 millimeter and one round that's got my name on it.
You don't keep it with you at all times, like a social security or a license, because it
Nope,
shows that
I don't even
that's how
keep.
you get your veteran discounts.
I don't even have my medals with me. They're all laying in that box. Because if I ever open that
Medals. What
box,
kind of medals?
Congressional Medal of Honor, Purple Hearts with clusters, Bronze Stars, Silver Stars, Marksman, my paratrooper wings.
Don't you get silver stars like when you help someone out or something that's hurt?
Yep. You if it's bad enough, if the pardon the French, but if the shit's hit the fan enough, you can also get Congressional Medals of Honor and Purple Hearts. Those are usually awarded posthumously.
Yeah, and isn't Purple Hearts usually the president does it though?
Yep. Same with Congressional Medal of Honor. I met Clinton.
So that's a high one.
Yeah, yeah. If you get a Congressional Medal of Honor or a Purple Heart, the President of the United States will read your letters to him and answer if you call.
Right. Which my dad never, I mean, my stepdad was an E9 when he retired, and he was in 27 and a half years. My brother was in 4 years. He started in 2001, and then we went to war in the Army National Guard, and he picked it because nobody ever, Army National Guard usually doesn't go to war. And as soon as they was shaving his head, they told him they were going to war, that they were going to war. But like
Yeah,
on the Purple Heart, that means something else though. That's something else. What's that mean?
Purple Heart means you basically had to die or come extremely close to dying, saving your brothers.
See, I thought Purple Heart was if you was wounded, like a wounded veteran, and you got
Yeah,
wounded by being in the war,
yeah,
like
you.
yourself,
That's what.
like you.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said to get a Purple Heart, you have to almost die or die saving your brothers. Meaning, like for me, the first one I got happened because I took grenade shrapnel and it damn near killed me.
Now,
I damn near
doesn't a
lost.
Purple Heart stay up on a Purple Heart
Huh?
stays up on the thing though? Purple. If you got a Purple Heart, it stays up on some kind of website. I heard. Um,
I heard that there's a Purple Heart registry online, but it doesn't cover before the internet. It covers a lot, and it covers a lot of the guys that died, but
no,
it
it's for
doesn't.
everybody. They have a whole registry for everybody who ever got a Purple Heart. They got a whole registry for them in
I'll have to look in that because
every in every different military thing. They have a whole thing of who got Purple Hearts. But actually, it's like it's the Medal of Honor.
the Congressional Medal of Honor, I've got a couple of those. To be precise, I have three, and I
And
could
that
tell
and
you when I got each one of them, what I was doing when I got each one of them, and the amount of pain I now have because of each one of them.
and this was because I'm kind of interviewing you now because you asked me to. But this was the golf. This was the Desert Storm one, right?
That's when I got put in for my first Congressional Medal of Honor and Purple Heart. Yeah, I didn't get the Congressional then, but I was put in for it.
Okay. So how long was you in military?
I spent 6 years
So you
with Uncle
spent
Sam.
from ni- 1980 something.
No, I went
Trying to
in.
think of when I was.
I got
I didn't even have my driver's license yet. Whenever and you're the same age as me, right?
no. I'm 49.
I'm 48, but I was only like 14 or 15, maybe even 13 when the Gulf War was, when the Desert Storm War was. So they
I
allowed
was
you to go
seven.
in at 15.
I was 17 when Gulf War hit. I went in on what is called early enlistment, or at least it was. I don't know what it's called now. They allowed me to enlist early. I came back after doing basic. I came back to finish high school and, well, got expelled and got my GED and went in. Did my
Now, see,
AIT
I
and
know.
kept going.
Now, see, I know. The Let me figure out my layout here. Hang on. Make my layout differently here. There we go. Are you still with us, SDA?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay. All right. So, hang on just a second. Okay, so there's always going to be a place where you can find the Purple Heart, everybody that's gotten a Purple Heart, and Desert Storm. And it says that you have to be 17 years old because I already looked this up. Um, you have to be 17 years old to enlist in any military. And that is with a signature from your parents?
My stepfather signed it. He helped me get a rather nice deal with my recruiter.
Yeah, it's saying it was August 2nd, 1990 to February 28th, 1991 was the Gulf War.
Yep, and I got a piece of the tail end of it. My mom didn't care if I left. In fact, she was more than happy to see me leave. Most moms will cry when their sons are going away, but nope, she was actually happy. I asked her why she was so happy that I was joining the military. Her exact words were, maybe you'll die.
Well, that's horrible. So, where did you do your basic training at?
Fort Bragg for part
Fort
of it.
Bragg.
Yep, for part of it. Fort Benning for another part of it.
I've heard of Fort Bragg. Where is that located?
Fort Bragg, North Carolina.
North Carolina. Okay. And then the other one
Fort Benning, Georgia.
is Georgia.
Yep, I went to Benning for jump.
And then you said you was Army or National Guard?
Army,
You was
active
the
duty,
Army, active duty Army.
special forces.
Now, on the Special Forces, what exactly is the Special Forces?
Special forces is an umbrella term that is used for Rangers, the Green Berets, the Navy SEALs, Marine Recon, and a little known group that nobody is supposed to know about called the IT or the unit. Its true name is Delta Force.
Delta Force. Okay, so you was an airborne ranger then?
I went through jump training. I was in the unit, but I
In the
went through
unit?
training. I was Delta Force, but I did jump with Rangers. There's some
I
tough
was
boys. I did some training with them.
See, it's so weird because in 1990 I was 14 years old. You're a year older than me. You would have been 15.
I caught a piece of I caught the tail end. I went in early. My stepfather
But
signed
then
everything.
1991 would have been 16. 7 You would have had to have been 17 by February 28th for the tail end of it.
All I know that I got the tail end of it. That's how I know how long I was there.
Hmm. Because I know,
And they've
like I said,
changed. They changed a lot of the laws now. Since
it
I
probably
got out, they've been
it
changing the laws on who can get in, who can't.
it always said
It's
17
insane.
whenever I looked it up not too long ago for somebody, and it always said age 17. And that's with the parent's signature. And actually both parents' signature it said. Like as if you're getting married type of thing because you're going into duty, active duty with the military.
Well, my stepfather had some pull, and his brother and his sister who were in. His brother at the time was a Green Beret, and his sister-in-law was intelligence. So I honestly think they pulled some strings just to get me out of the environment I was in because it was not a good environment the way I grew up, and they knew it.
Right. So
So
you would have been 16 But see, you can't sign up when you're 16. I know you can't sign up when you're 16 because it says 17 max on all of them. And I did that. I did that like a month ago because somebody was asking me about it. And that's for everything, every single military. It says
It's
17,
17, yes.
and it says with parent signature, which I'm sure they probably signed. But um, it's it's 17 and 42. So from age 17 to 42 you is the minimum and maximum age for enlistment.
They extended it. Used to be 35.
Some of them are 35. Um, that is for the Air Force, but some of them are there was different ones. Age limits for the Air Force 17 to 39, Army 17 to 35, Coast Guard 17 to 31, Marine Corps
So
17 to 38.
the
It's
army
still
kept it the same.
it's still 17 to 35. Navy 17 to 39, Space Force is 17 to 39. Is the age limit that you can join,
I do remember putting down a different birth date
So you lied about
on
your
the
birthday?
shaved a few months off of it.
But how can you do that when it comes to government though? Because like they have to have your birth certificate, they have to have your uh, social security number. Once that social security number runs through, it says exactly how old you are. I mean, there's no way you could have been slick about that.
That's that's where I say I believe that my stepfather's brother and sister pulled some strings.
But even if they pulled strings, honey, by law, they can't even let you in. You was 16.
I got in. I
You was
got in.
way under the limit. Like 16, you can't even try to get in.
Betty, Betty, different
Yeah.
time.
No, it's still the same.
No, the laws have changed big time since I went in,
Yeah, but you could not have went in at
and they've
16.
gotten and and they've gotten a lot stricter about it. Because I just talked to a recruiter to try to get someone in that's not in a good situation. They're in a situation kind of like what I was in, and he said years ago, Brad, we could have gotten them in with no problem, but now everything is way too strict.
Even when they
I mean,
drafted back in Vietnam, they could only draft at 17.
they didn't even they didn't even really run my social. I gave it to them.
The
I
military
put it
couldn't run
down.
your social.
Not really.
What
The
do
guy
you,
did a
they go
cut
up your ass and down. They have to make sure that you're not a felon and everything. They go up your ass and down your throat for real.
when I got into special forces, and they started really backgrounding me and everything to make sure that I didn't have any psychiatric issues. I wasn't a felon. I wasn't a security risk in any way. Then they found out and they were like, "Oh shit! Well, too late now. You're already here. You're already in. You already signed everything. You already
Seems
went through basic."
they would have kicked you out if you would have lied and they found out. It seems like
Nope,
you would have went to that for that Leavenworth for that because that's called lying to get in.
nope. They when they found out, it wasn't until I had special forces. And they were like, "Well, you've already been through all your training. Uncle Sam's already invested all this money into you with training and everything." I got in trouble. I got in trouble big time over it. But no, I didn't get kicked out.
You got in
But
trouble.
I
Like
got
how you get in trouble? Like I don't know what you mean get in trouble.
I went from an E5 to a E1, a split sleeve E1. I got demoted in pay for a year No matter what I did, I wasn't going up in rank. I wasn't getting any more pay. I got the bare minimum of pay.
Well, from what I know,
And
if you
I
like
had to
that,
do a lot of guard duty.
they would throw you out. They literally would throw you out. I don't care
They
if they find
didn't,
out you lie, especially about your birth, which they can't do that anyway. They're up your throat and down your ass about. I mean, we're talking the federal government, the federal government.
but Betty, back then they didn't have the resources they have now. As far as being able to instantly background you.
You got you. They fingerprint you,
Yeah,
and military is 20 years ahead at all times. They're 20
they
years ahead.
didn't they didn't have the computers that they have now. The computers weren't as good as now.
They're the ones that had the computers. They've had them since 1975.
Actually, they've had computers since 1964.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm
But
saying. They can
they were
look you up
huge
on
back then.
anything. They can look you
But
up on
they
anything.
they weren't all connected like they are now. Now it literally takes them 5 minutes of you sitting in a recruiter's office to run you, to run everything.
Okay,
Back
so
then,
let's go on to the next. Okay, so you're saying you ran for president, and actually was on the ticket in New York.
I wasn't on the ticket. I would have been what's called a write-in candidate.
No, you would have been the Green Party is what you would have been, and that was the same time that Tiger King ran, and he was on the actual ballot. Was you?
No, I was a write-in candidate. I wasn't on the ballot. I didn't have the money to get on the ballot. I still don't, and I'm still running again. I ran in 2016.
But you honestly think that you can beat Trump?
If Trump gets the nominee, I'm still going to run, but I know I won't beat him.
But run for what though? What are you running for?
I'll
I
still,
don't
I'll
understand.
still run. I'll still run for president. I ran
But
in 2016, and he was running. I honestly, if it comes down to Trump, I know I can't beat him. I know I can't. But
but you but
that
you
never
said that
stops me from trying.
right. You said though that you was on a ballot. You got 450,000 votes.
Nationwide, as a write-in candidate, I got 450,000 votes using YouTube, Facebook, and a little bit of Twitter.
But where would the votes go? Like when you get the votes, where would they go if you're not on a ticket? If you don't have a ticket, like to vote for third?
When you when you're voting, at the very bottom, it has a space for you to write in a candidate if you don't like either one of them.
But you also have to go register. You have to put in that you want that you're running for president because this is what Tiger King did.
Not to be a write-in candidate. You don't. Anybody can run and be what's called a write-in candidate, meaning if people want to vote for you, they write your name in as for president or for mayor or for congressman, anyone.
So on, I'm going to see because on third party they only got, I think it was
It
62,000
goes
votes
it goes Republican,
with the Green
Democrat,
Party.
third party, then all the way down at the very
There's the
bottom,
Green Party.
you can write in a write-in candidate if you don't like them.
Yeah, but how many? How would you know how many votes you got?
Because people
How
told me
would you
they
know?
voted for me. People told me they voted
But I
for
mean,
me.
how would you know though?
People told me they
But
voted
how
for
would you
me,
know
and
what they were though?
how would I know if
That's what
they
I'm saying.
actually did? I don't know if they actually did. I'm going by the amount of people who told me they did. It's not like Joe Blow told me he voted for me, so I believe him. No,
Yeah,
it's
but you're talking
Joe
like
Blow's
450.
told me, and
Hold on, because you're talking about 450,000 people said that they voted for you. Where in the world is all your 450,000 people? I don't even have 450,000 people. Like, where's your 450,000 people?
I had people on Twitter telling me that they had voted for me. I had people on Facebook telling me they voted for me. I had people on YouTube when I would go live that I didn't even know telling me, "Hey, I voted for you," because they seen my videos. And I was like, "Okay, cool."
Okay, I'm looking at it right now. I'm going through it right now, the Green Party presidential primaries.
It wasn't Green Party. It's literally called write-in candidate.
Write-in candidate. Okay,
Yes.
let's go to the write-in candidate. Write-in candidate. Because, I mean, if you really had that many people,
Shit.
you'd be really popular right now everywhere.
Well, I have taken breaks off of making videos and everything. Lots of breaks off of making videos. I've taken,
Yeah, but you would be
well,
like the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you would be like the shit. Like the shit. Like you'd be way up there, Brad.
I took a, I took a whole year off of making videos.
Yeah,
For,
but whether you make videos or not, sweetheart, what I'm saying is that you'd still have those 450,000 people. Like you'd be making bank right now on your YouTube, your Facebook, your Twitter, everything. You'd be making bank.
I wish I was. I closed out my Twitter. It was Odin is God for Twitter. Odin is God 45. For my Facebook, I've made numerous pages since then because I've been hacked. And this is my second channel for YouTube.
Okay, it's saying that for the write-in candidate for New York, Brad Hingeley, this is what it's saying right here. It's saying that nothing is found for you. Nothing.
Hmm.
Right
Well,
here.
it is
See it?
possible that they were lying to me.
Hang on. Do you see it right there? It looks like there aren't many great matches for your search. Try using something different because this is all that comes up. This is it.
Hmm. Well, like I said,
There's
they
no
could have
different.
been lying to me. I was trusting the people
And then I could just
to
put
have
in
done
your
what they
name.
said.
Yeah, I mean, because I don't know how. I mean, if 450,000 people, like you would be like really up there, you know. Um, and Bradley Hingley, I'm seeing there's your YouTube right there.
Which YouTube? I've had a couple.
I'm looking. 68 subscribers. Nope, this is a graphic designer. Bradley Hingley, that's a graphic
Oh, you
designer.
misspelled my name,
How do you
Betty.
spell it?
Hingeley.
Hingeley.
Geley.
Geley.
EY.
Okay. Um, there's an author and a minister. Here's yours. I am a true American vet and American patriot. The channel is to make sure the truth comes out. Then you're talking about part 2 of the Democrats. Brad
Oh, those.
Hingley, Cobleskill, New York, United States. Author and minister and helper to friends and other real American patriots who are legal
Oh, that
American
was
patriots helping all legal.
that.
Your
That one was done when I was trying to write my memoirs. and I was going to self-publish it.
Yeah.
And technically, I am a minister with the Universal Life Church. I went online and did everything. Just filled out an application, and they said, "Congratulations, you're a
And
minister."
it's saying on your Instagram you only got 19 people. One
I don't
post,
have
19 people.
I don't have Instagram. I signed up for one for like 2 minutes, and then I killed it. I just never used it again.
That's you. Do you
Yeah,
see it?
that's years. That's years old. That's
Yeah,
very years
I'm just
old.
showing you. I'm just showing you what's under your name, babe. That's
Holy
all I'm.
cow. That thing
You
is
got
still up?
pictures.
I thought I took that down. That thing is still going?
Yeah, you've also got this cops. Cobble skill man called in fake
Oh,
terror
yeah.
report.
That happened years ago. That happened because a
This
friend
is
of
before you ran for
mine's
president.
uh
This is when you was running for president.
yeah, that's because a friend
In
of
March
mine's
6,
brother
2015, you was running.
that's because a friend of mine's brother happens to be a cop, and I called the terror hotline to find out under the Patriot Act what constituted suspicion of terror, because he was doing a lot of acting real suspicious about everything. And next thing I know, I'm getting arrested for terrorism because the guy kept asking me. So I told him the person's name that I suspected, which was Kurt Holmes, and he happens to be a state trooper. Next thing I know, a week later, I'm getting charged. Spent 4 days in Albany
Yeah, it
County
says
Correctional
you.
Facility. And my picture got splashed all
Yeah, it
over the
says.
news.
Yeah, it's saying that you was 40 at the time, and you was arrested Thursday and charged with falsely reporting an incident and resisting arrest. Misdemeanors, troopers said.
Well, I didn't resist arrest.
To fabricate information about the person for unexplained ulterior motives. He was arraigned, jailed in lieu of bail. And that's pretty
They
much
did
all
charge
it
me with
says now.
resisting arrest, but I didn't
Um,
resist arrest. I was trying to put my electronics back into my house. I told them if I resisted arrest, they
yeah,
wouldn't have made it home.
it's saying that you're accused of falsely reporting that someone was involved in terrorism related activities, then resisting arrest when police came for you.
And I didn't resist the
This is pretty
arrest.
much, I didn't even know none of this. I didn't know none of
Yeah,
this even went
I've
on or
mentioned it.
happened.
I've mentioned that my picture got splashed all over the news about this. I've even made videos about it. As soon as I got out and
How
I
long
got
was you in
home,
jail?
4 days, which goes
And
to
then what
show that
ended
it
up
was
happening with this?
bull. I ended up getting
Well, I mean,
a.
you can get out on bond, but what ended up happening?
What ended up happening is when I went to court,
What ended
on the fourth day when I went to court, what happened was I ended up having a 5 year order of protection against me and be good for a year. That's it. And I had to plead to the resisting
So you
arrest.
got
That was
probation
it.
for a year and a
Nope.
5-year order of
Not
protection for
even
what?
not even not even probation. I got what's called
Hey, Ray.
ACOD, action of conditional discharge. And basically that means that as long as I keep my nose clean and I don't get in trouble for a year, the charges go away. And I had to plead to resisting arrest.
But what happened with the terrorism? Like what happened on that?
dismissed.
Like, what did they end up doing? Like, did they put you on a terrorism list or something like
Nope.
that, or what?
As far as I know, I'm not on any list. As far as that, it was dismissed. And after a year, the resisting arrest was dismissed.
So after your probation, it's still on your record, but because
It,
it can't
it
be it can't be
wasn't
dropped because
probation.
of the fact that you had to spend time in not probation.
No, it was action of conditional discharge, ACOD. It means basically that you're released on your own recognizance, and as long as you're good for whatever time the judge says, the charges go away. In my case, I had to be good for a year,
So if you looked up
and
your
they
stuff
were
right now, you wouldn't have
dismissed.
anything showing that you got arrested.
Not for those charges. I've been
How come I
arrested
never seen
numerous
gangs
times.
videos? Well, I don't watch, so they don't have you on a terrorist watch list.
Nope. That's not to say that the cops around here like me and don't harass me and hassle me, because they do, and I've made numerous videos about it.
Uh
In
huh.
fact, me and my ex last year, anytime we came into Cobleskill, whether she was driving or I was driving, we got stopped by the cops and harassed. I had a cop give me 7 tickets in one stop because he didn't like me. I went to court,
Okay, so what you're saying, because
all but 3 were thrown out.
Ray's saying, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Ray said, that's
You
what
said
Ray
what?
said. Is that what
What?
happened? He said, so fines and unsupervised probation. But you're saying you didn't get no supervised probation or nothing. You didn't get nothing. You just got arrested.
Nothing. I got arrested, and they said that they offered me a deal that if I pled to the resisting arrest, if I pled guilty to it, that it would be up to the judge. But what they would recommend was what's called an ACOD, which is action of conditional discharge, and they wanted that the person wanted a 5-year order of protection against me,
Who's the
and that's all I
person?
got.
Who's
Kurt
the
Holmes,
person?
Kurt Huntley Holmes. He's the brother of my friend Scott.
Okay, so we got more here that it's saying about you. It says, March 5th, state police arrested Bradley A. Hingeley, 40, of Cobblestone, New York, for falsely reporting an incident, third degree, and resisting arrest, both misdemeanors. Hingeley had contacted the New York State Terrorism Tips Line and falsely reported information that a subject was engaging in terrorism related activities. An investigation determined that Hingeley had fabricated the false information about the subject's conduct for ulterior motives. Hingeley physically resisted arrest while he was being taken into custody. He was arraigned in the town Cobleskill court and remanded to the Scholar County Jail in lieu of bail. The New York State Police continues to encourage the public to contact blah, blah, blah about terrorism, blah, blah, blah. Troopers arrested an Albany County man for multiple charges following a disturbance that occurred at the Holiday Motel in Cobbleschool. And that's somebody else. That's Timothy
Yeah,
Harrington.
that
That's
ain't
somebody
me.
else. Yeah,
That ain't me.
yeah, you're just
I
in the
don't
mountain. Yeah.
Yeah, I never stay at the Holiday because that is a very, very bad clientele, as I'll put it. A lot of drugs,
Yeah.
a
I'm
lot of
just
other
trying to
things
find.
going on.
I'm just trying to find everything I can on you because you said that you had like 450,000 people that voted for you. Um, is
I mean,
this
I ain't gonna lie. I've been arrested a lot. A lot of times
uh,
I've been arrested.
trespassing? When you was 36, did you get two trespassing things against you? August the 2nd,
Oh yeah, yeah,
trespassing.
yeah. That's because I cut across the railroad tracks.
What was that about?
I literally cut across the railroad tracks.
And they called that trespassing.
Yep,
They called that trespassing going across the railroad tracks.
yep. Because technically, DH owns it.
What did they do with that? Because you
That
was 36 at the time.
was that was just a. Oh, I just had to pay a fine.
And it didn't stay on your record either. You just paid a fine.
I paid a fine. That might have stayed. Yeah, that one stayed on my record.
And that's just
Because
crossing railroad tracks. Because
technically,
like I
they
cross railroad tracks. I don't.
I wasn't driving when I crossed railroad tracks. I literally, instead of going
No
under the
walking.
railroad
Yeah, you can
tracks,
walk.
I
Mm-hmm.
walked across the railroad tracks. And this is a very small town,
Yeah,
and
I've done that a lot. I mean,
the cops look for people when it's the beginning of the month and the end of the month. They're watching the railroad tracks because it's a great, easy way to get revenue. You
so you pretty
arrest them,
much
you
just got a
charge them with
ticket for that, or did you
trespass.
get arrested?
No, I got arrested for it. I mean, he was going to give me a ticket, but
So they literally
I was
watched.
I was intoxicated and I wasn't. I didn't talk nicely to him, so I ended up getting arrested for it.
Hmm.
I
Okay, so
was
on
very
to
drunk.
why.
What happened? Uh-oh, what happened? Did my internet mess up again?
No, she kicked herself out.
Oh no.
We're taking over Betty's show.
Yeah, you are. I knocked my own self out like a fucking idiot. I knocked my own self out. Fuck. I'm fucking up everything right now. I'm trying to find some more things to ask you as to why you want to be a president and what you think you could do to change the world, and like what do you think you could bring to the table that others can't, and like why are you running for president? Because I'm trying to interview you
Well,
like you wanted me to.
I'm running for president because I love my country and I don't exactly like the way it's headed now, the position that it's in now, the way it's going. What I bring to the table that seems like most people don't anymore is, well, a common sense approach to fixing problems and a kind of attitude of, you know what, we're going to take care of us first, and if there's anything left over, then we can talk. But we got to take care of our people first. We got vets that are sleeping in the streets, which shouldn't be. We got people and adults, kids going without food. That shouldn't be. we're paying way too high a price for gas because we have to import it when we don't have to. So my main thing is putting America first and not being the police of the world anymore and telling you that the UN that if they want to be in this country, having that big building in New York City, well, they could start paying us instead of us paying the most amount to the UN of any country that's in the UN.
Okay, so are you even able to run since you're on medical discharge from the VA?
Yes.
Because aren't you on medical for the brain?
No. I got
Okay.
out due I got out due to a metal plate being put in my chest when I was shot in the I had the round go in the back, exit my chest, and it missed my heart by an eighth of a millimeter.
Oh, that's horrible. So was that over in the Desert Storm,
No, that was in Bosnia.
Bosnia?
The last time I was there.
So how many times did you go back and forth to from the this was after the Gulf War, right? Like
Yes.
they were still fighting over there, like using guns.
Yep.
And so
Officially I was in Bosnia once. Unofficially I've been there 6 times.
yeah. Okay. Now one of the things I wonder because like I mean most of people like with my dad, for instance, my stepdad, and my brother, they carry around in their wallet, like I told you, their ID from when they was in the military, so that they can get like their special things because there's so many different special things that you can get being military. Um,
Yep.
and I'm just
And I
wondering, like,
believe the
you go.
reason I don't carry it is I believe the guys coming home missing an arm, missing legs, with severe TBIs, which is traumatic brain injuries, they deserve it more than I do. I've got all my
No,
limbs.
I mean who served in the military deserves it. Everybody who served deserves it. That's why they get it. That's why.
Well, I
And
think
that's
that the
why you
guys
get
coming home,
special treatment. That's why you get special, that's why you get like discounts on your food, discounts on certain things. Your insurance is a discount. Your loans are discounted. Like I can do USAA because my dad was in the military, so I'm underneath him. Things like that. Like, and then my kids and their kids, and it goes down the line forever. Because we're indoctrinated of it. But
it's
um,
I can I can at any time I can use USAA. I don't like I said I don't use a lot of the benefits that I know I could
I
because
mean,
I
it
feel
sounds
that
like listen, it sounds like you're way more popular than I ever even imagine being. And with all the things that I have done, public wise, worldwide wise, 450,000 uh, things, but yet I can't find it on the thing about, a write in or nothing about you, like nothing. But you would think with 450,000 votes, you'd be everywhere.
that's what I thought. And
Everywhere.
I've been trying to find the exact everything myself. And I've been coming up with none. I said, well, maybe it's an algorithm thing, maybe it's this, maybe it's that, but
Maybe they lied to you. Maybe they lied to you and
I,
told you. But like
I've
450,000,
I've said that too.
you would be so popular. Like your shit would be blowing up. You would be making your Instagram would have 450,000 followers. Your Facebooks, you'd have pages after pages. Your YouTube would be at 450,000. Like
Well,
that's a lot
honest,
of people. And that's
Honestly, I've got pages after pages on Facebook because I've been hacked.
no,
But
I'm
the
talking about
Instagram,
like for me, I had 5,000 on one, and then you have to create pages, and I had four other pages, and it had thousands of people. But mine did get hacked, and now I lost it. Even though those pages are still up, they still show the thousands of people I have. My major one got hacked. My major one that runs all those pages. There's only one that I can get into, and then my partner Ian, he can get into the truth against the deep state. But other than that, they're just going to sit there because I can't get into them. I can't get into them. They're gone since I got hacked.
I've I've been hacked multiple times, which is why I had to make multiple pages. And the Instagram, I literally did that just to because someone said, "Oh, you need to check out this person on Instagram." And I said, "Well, I'll look into it." And I didn't know at the time you had to create a page for Instagram, so I just threw one together real quick. I think I did it in like less than
Mhm.
5 minutes, and used the photo from the old phone I had, and just so I could look at this person's pictures and everything to check him out a little bit.
So
And then
did
I
you
honestly haven't thought about it.
so yeah, so did you I mean like when who was these people who said you got 450,000 votes? Cuz
There's a
it
lot
says
of
on
people on.
Wikipedia of the people that was not that party that got votes. It says in New York. It says their names. There's two different names.
It was a lot of people online on YouTube and everything
So just people came and told you that you got 450,000.
that they
They don't
voted that
know.
they voted for me, and every time someone would tell me that they voted for me, I'd make a little mark in a notebook I had, and then I counted it all up, and I was like, "Dude, if this is true, this is insane."
But 450,000 people would have to know you.
Just watch the
Like I mean,
videos at
like I
different
mean,
times I talked
like I
about it.
mean, for like your YouTube, you would have to be at I don't know 250,000 or something for it to
That's
go
that's that's what I
around
figured.
for you to
That's what
know.
I figured. But then a buddy of mine was like, "Well, if they just talk to this person and then this person talk to this person, it could happen." And I was like, "Well, yeah, I guess if this person talked to someone and then they talk to people, then it could grow like that exponentially." So I was like, "Yeah, it could have happened."
But you would have been like all your shit though would be overpowering right now. Like when my picture went viral, like it went crazy, crazy, like
That's what I
literally went
thought.
crazy.
I've never had a viral video. Never.
So how would they and and how would they calculate 450,000 votes? I'm so confused on this.
Like I said, I was going live a lot more back then. I was using a system called ORC to go live.
Yeah,
It
but
was
even if
working
you was
good
going
with
live,
the.
what I'm saying is you would have to have at least 200,000 people. Like my videos would hit 65,000 to 600,000 people. That's, how I got really well known on YouTube. But like you have to hit a certain algorithm, you would have people busting down your door, like type of thing.
That's what I thought. And when I was doing lives every other day, at least, I was having a bunch of people come in. And at voting time, I did a live that night. And they were like, "Yeah, we voted for you. We voted for you." And I was like, "That's insane that this many people are saying they voted for me." And the next day I counted it up. I was like, I looked
That
over at
means
my
that
buddy
okay, so
Scott.
that means you counted up 450,000 people, but 450,000 people never came around to you, though. How did you count that up?
Because people were telling me, I voted for you. This one voted for you. My cousin, my sister.
But you would have to have counted 450,000 people coming through to you to tell you that. And that's a lot of people. Like I said, it would have to show in your record that 450,000 people knew of you.
I'm just telling you, I had everybody coming in. I talked to my sister about you. She talked to her husband. They voted for you. Okay, that's three. I was just doing it on a notepad I had just to, see how many people would say they voted for me for my own mind. And when it was done, I counted it up and I looked over at my buddy Scott and I was like, dude, if this is right, then that's 450,000 people. But what I'm seeing on my YouTube's not adding up. But if that's right, that's insane.
I think Christian wanted to come up and talk to you about your president. Hang on. Here's the StreamYard. You got to click the StreamYard and then come up and chat with him. You got to click on my
Unfortunately,
StreamYard and then put your information in and stuff. I'm sure. So you want
holy
to run for
cow.
president because you want to stop everything that everybody else wants to stop. You want to stop the homelessness. You want to stop the government from doing everything
Not
it's been doing.
not only that,
Pretty much what
but
everybody else.
I also want to take and stop all the crimes that are going on against our children.
Hmm. Which I
Because
Trump did a damn good job on that, cleaning up the streets.
Trump did a hell of a good job on that.
There was a
Within the
lot of stuff
first
shut down.
within
And
the first 6 months, within 6 months of Trump being in office, human trafficking dropped 64%.
hmm I know.
When he started building the wall, illegals coming across our borders with drugs and everything dropped like 80%. It was insane
Hmm.
how good he was doing. So yeah,
Right.
me and Trump have similar ideas of what we would like to do. Very much similar ideas of what we would like to do for this country. Which is why I
Hmm.
said that if he runs, I know I can't beat him. I know I can't. He's more
Well, there's
eloquent
no,
than
I
me.
mean, he got 85 million votes, honey. That's million votes.
Yeah, there's no way.
Trump.
There's no
Trump
way
is
that I'd
very
beat him, and I know this. But that's not going to stop me from running.
well, no, I mean, if you want to run, by all means run. That's what I say. I say do whatever it is that your heart desires to do. I tell everybody that. It doesn't mean that you I mean, let's be honest, I know you're not going to win, but hey, at least you put it out there, you tried and you wanted it to. You tried, you know.
Yeah, I
Uh,
tried, and if nothing else, it's an interesting story that I could say, "Hey, I ran for president twice. Didn't win, didn't even come close, but I ran."
well, I mean, Tiger King, if he really was on the ballot, he really did run for it. Like it shows, he really did run for it against Trump. He really did.
And Trump demolished him in the polls, didn't he? In the with votes.
Oh yeah, he didn't even come close. Now he got no, he did get like 300,000 or 400,000 votes. He really did. He really did get that. But he went around campaigning everywhere. Like he went around everywhere, and then he had people from all over the world, coming to his Tiger thing, to where he could reach out and have a bunch of people. He even had things, Tiger King for president, like campaign. He had a whole campaign.
Yeah, and he
A
had
whole
that whole TV show. He had that whole is it a TV or Netflix
well,
shows about it.
Netflix came out after he got arrested and put in prison. but he did have a YouTube channel, which I never heard of him, but I guess I wasn't into the big cats or whatever, you know. But he did have he was like in parades. It showed him and it said he was running for president. Um, all kinds of different. I think he even ran for governor in Oklahoma as well. I'd have to look it up, but I believe that he ran for governor. Um,
The first time I ever heard about Tiger King, I was watching someone's video. I forget who, where they were talking about him being arrested for abusing the animals, and I was like, "Who the hell is this Tiger King?"
yeah, I didn't know who he was either. SDA, what happened to you? SDA,
I'm
are
still
you
here.
still with us?
Yeah, I'm just listening.
But
Do you have any
I am
questions for
gonna.
Brad? I think we're done with our interview. I just he wanted me to interview him, so I did. And I didn't know about any of that stuff, but evidently Dank knew and he made videos, is what Ty said, and that you guys went back and forth. I didn't know none of that because I don't watch Dank. So I knew none of that. And evidently he said that that since you was one of my mods and since you was since you was one of my mods, that I was entangled with you on that and all that. And I didn't even know you. Like, just because somebody's a mod doesn't mean I know them. I don't know you. Like, I don't personally know you. I don't go to your house. I don't visit you. I don't know nothing about you personally.
Yeah, the only thing that I'd say that we are, I mean, I consider you a friend, but that's it. We don't know each
Yeah,
other. We're
I don't call
YouTube
you on the
friends.
phone. Yeah, I mean, but he made it sound like, from what Ty says, is he made it sound like I was entwined with you with all of this, and that here's another person that's a bad person with Betty. No, whatever happens with people that are subscribed to me, I don't know the people that are subscribed to me. I don't go through their history. I don't go looking them up. That should have never been put on my name or who I am. You know what I'm saying? That should never.
Yeah, that's not right. You had nothing to do with the choices I've made.
Right. And evidently I was you know, evidently I was like called the bad person about this, and I didn't know nothing about this. I didn't know nothing about this.
First of
I
all,
didn't
you're
even
not
know
supposed
any
to
of
know
that.
anybody. You're not supposed to know anybody on YouTube. You're not supposed to give your information out.
Right.
No,
So why
supposed
was
to
you
be anonymous.
categorized into me? So Christian's coming up right now. All right, welcome, Christian.
I can only stay a little
Welcome
bit
to the
longer. It's
Discord.
after 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I got you. Anything you would like to ask, Brad?
Hey guys,
Hey,
Hey, what's up?
how you doing, Betty?
I'm great.
Nothing much. So what's being into tonight, Betty? Just chilling?
Um, yeah, I was just doing my gossip stuff, and then Brad had asked earlier if I would interview him because he says I'm the best to interview him for
Well, you
to
are.
be president. Well, thank you. I don't feel like it, but I mean, I used to do lots of.
Betty, stop, girl. You're amazing.
Betty, I've been interviewed before. You are awesome at it.
Well, thank you.
So, Brad,
Yo,
so you were in Delta Force, huh?
yep.
Wow. That's something to brag about, isn't it?
I don't consider it a bragging point, but most
Um,
people say that it's that, yeah, but I don't consider it bragging. It's something I did.
I get it. So you got the Congressional Medal of Honor how many times now?
I've got 3,
3.
and I got a lot of
Wow.
pain because of it.
Well, yeah, I mean, you would have to do a lot to get the Congressional Medal of Honor. I mean, you have to either well, actually, about 90% of them die before they get it to get three. And that's
Over
not a
that.
bragging point either. What's that?
I said it's over that. Over 90%, I believe.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said. They're all dead. Most of them get it, they get it after they're dead.
Get it
So you got
posthumously,
three
yeah.
in your, wow. You were in Delta Force. You got 3 medals of honor, and that's not a bragging point? Man, I can't
Not to
imagine
me.
any bar. I can't imagine any bar in this universe you go in and say, "Listen, I got 3 medals of honor. I was in Delta Force. Hey, come home, me baby." I'm just telling you the truth.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
could, but
You
yes,
could.
I was awarded those medals, but I feel like the guys that didn't come home deserved it more.
Well, of course they do, because they
So
died.
I don't brag about it.
So you're in upstate New York, right?
Yeah.
Guess what? That's where I grew up.
Oh yeah? Whereabouts?
Oh yeah. I actually graduated from Janesville DeWitt High School.
Where in the world is that? I've heard that the name before, I just can't place
Do
it
you
right
know where
now.
Lafayette is? Lafayette, New York? I know you know where that is. It's only 20 miles from where you said you were at.
Yeah, I've been through Lafayette.
Yeah? Well, that's where I first lived. And I was trying to tell Betty that up in upstate New York, the only cops we got are the Stadies. So that part, what you said was true.
Well, Cobleskill did have its own police force until this year when the mayor decided to overhaul it
Well, of
and
course they
basically
don't, because
disbanded them.
well, yeah, they don't need this. They don't need the local cops because the state troopers are there. So
Well,
there's a
they had their
there's a
own.
university there, right?
We had the state university here. We had our own police force. We had this
So what do they call? What do they call? Hey, Brian, what do they call the universities in New York that are state universities?
SUNY,
Yes, sir.
State University of New York.
Yes, sir. And
The the
Cobleskill has
Coble
one.
SUNY Cobleskill Agriculture and Technology.
Yes, sir. Farming and mechanics.
You can ask
Yep,
a question.
and they also do now they also do computers. They
They
do
do?
yep, they do slaughter and slaughtering animals
Right.
and early childhood development
Hey, did
as
you go to
well.
both these when you were a kid?
Yeah, yeah, I went to BOCES in
You
Schoharie
can
Okay.
County in Schoharie.
yeah.
How long are you going to be on?
As long as you want me to go. If you want me to go now, I will.
Yeah, just a
I
little
need to
bit
get some
longer.
sleep, so I am gonna have to get off here. But I
I
am
was just
planning on
asking.
going live tomorrow. I'm gonna try to do it around 2.
Okay. You got to look at the comments though.
I will. I've went live since then, and I'm trying to make myself watch the comments more. When I start talking with someone, I tend to
Mhm.
forget to look in the comments.
Hey, Betty, thanks for your gossip column.
Gotcha.
Thanks for what you do. And before that, thank you for forgiving me when my blood sugar was messed up. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
ma'am.
Brad, thanks for doing the interview with me. I'm glad that, I was able to do that. And good luck to you on running for president. Good luck on all your Medal of Honors that you've gotten. I mean, congratulations on that. That's a big thing because, I mean, none of my family members ever got that. And like I said, my stepfather was
Neither
in
is anybody
27.
else that I know.
He didn't get,
And
he
my
didn't get
brother
wounded.
was served. I just want to say this one last thing, okay?
Mhm.
My brother served 18 years in the Army. He was in Walter Reed for
Mhm.
almost 2 years because he has 100% disability. And he was a staff sergeant, and he wrote SOPs for the M1 Abrams tanks. And he didn't get no damn Medal of Honor, let alone 3. And he's from Baldwinsville, New York.
That's not far away.
Nope.
Hmm.
So I'm doing as Betty
And I
says.
thought-
I'm going to keep it civil.
I thought, well, yeah, I want everything to keep civil because you
Yes,
know,
ma'am. Of course you do.
there's
You're a
no
pro.
reason
You're a
to
pro.
not,
That she is.
you know. I like to keep things professional.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
anyways, I mean, I just say congratulations on, for getting those awards and stuff, those medals, because like I've seen even people wounded, but they never got the medal. I've seen them wounded come home, but they never
They
got
had
a
a
medal.
Purple Heart,
So,
though, because you can get a scratch on your butt for that and get a Purple Heart. But
yeah, I don't even know if they got that. I don't
you can get a broken
know if
hand
they
trying to
got
wipe your butt at the latrine, you'll get a Purple Heart. But Medal of Honor,
that's sad.
that's something different. Silver Cross, that's something entirely different. But Purple Heart, like I said, you can break your hand wiping your butt at the latrine, and you'll get a Purple Heart. That's called the Everybody Medal. Just a fact. There ain't no presidential speeches, and you're lucky. You're lucky if your commander or your lieutenant, your captain doesn't throw it at you across the table. So here you go.
See, I thought
Now,
that the
Medal
Purple
of
Heart was
Honor.
like bigger than anything
No,
else.
Purple Heart is just being wounded in battle. A Silver Cross is being extremely valorous in battle, but it doesn't include what the Medal of Honor includes, which means that if you are willing to risk your life and limb to save another fellow soldier, that's the Medal of Honor is. And believe me, if someone gets a Medal of Honor, they're on TV. That's how serious it is, because most of them are dead. So if you get 3 Medals of Honor, we can look at you on NBC, right? Right, Brian? Because the president has to give it to you. Not only does
It's
Congress have to
flat.
vote if you get it, so yeah, we'll look for you on TV. We'll see you on TV, okay? And then all the doubts and questions she had, like about the picture of you being in the military, because when you join the military, you'll have to sit for a mugshot, whether it's Navy, Army, Marines, whatever. You have to sit
Any
for
of
your
them get a shit
mugshot.
for it. Yep.
So yeah, so we'll see you on TV, buddy. And good luck with your presidential bid.
Thank you. And
Yes, sir.
thanks everyone for being here. Thank you, Betty, for doing the interview. But I'm sitting here starting to fall asleep, so I gotta
Go to
get
sleep.
some
You're
sleep.
gonna need it.
All right.
All right.
Christian.
That
Thanks for coming
dude-
up and asking some questions.
I'm sorry, I have to say this, Betty. That dude was full of crap up to his eyeballs. And you know it. And what I was bragging about with you is how amazing you were at being calm and collected.
Well, see, the thing is with me, I don't know what any medals are because I'm not a medal specialist.
Well, the Medal of Honor, you have to be
So
voted
I
by
don't know.
Congress. And the president puts it around your neck. And it's on TV because it's a major deal.
Oh, wow.
It's a major deal. The Medal of Honor, you can look it up. There's probably only been 50 of them awarded in the entire world ever.
Hang on.
And I'm sorry,
Look.
but considering that my brother
See,
served
I
18
do
years,
interviews and stuff. I just try to help.
no, it's not about you. You handle it amazingly. And what you don't know,
like
you don't
I
know.
said, my stepfather served 27 and a half, but he never went to
Exactly. So ask
any of
your
that kind
your
of, he never
stepfather
went
when
to
you get
any
a
of that.
chance.
I mean, he never.
It's like what? It's like almost 1 o'clock in the morning where you're at. So it's time for you to go to bed. So you have to look good for your next stream. But I'm just
Yeah.
telling you, that dude was so full of shit. It makes me angry. Stolen valor is the worst crime you could ever do. And that's my opinion. That's the
So
American way. That's the
is
way
it
it
called
is.
Congressional Medal of Honor Society?
It's called the Congressional Medal of Honor. And the only way, one, you can be nominated for it is one, if you risk your life, let's say if you jump on top of 5 of your teammates and they're about to die, and you block the grenade, for instance, that's an example, and you get shrapnel all over your body, and they survive because of your valor. He got 3.
So yeah,
Right.
it's saying it's saying Congressional Medal of Honor Society, the honor the sacrifice, inspire the future, and you can browse featured recipients right here.
Of course you can. I mean,
View all
there's
living.
not that many.
I want to view all the living. Oh, here's all the living.
Where's Brian?
John Backa. I know. Well, his name is Brad, so hang on just a second. I'm looking. John
Brad,
Backa,
sorry.
Vietnam War. Donald Ballard, Vietnam War. Harvey Curtis, Vietnam War. David Belvera, terrorism, war on terrorism in Iraq. Dwight Birdwell, Patrick Brady, Vietnam War. Paul Bucha, Vietnam War. Edward C. Bowers, War on Terrorism, Afghanistan. William K. Carpenter, War on Terrorism, Afghanistan. Ty M. Carter, War on Terrorism. Bruce P. Crandall, Paris D. Davis. Next page.
How many pages are there, buddy?
This one I'm looking. I'm gonna look for Brad.
He does. Come on.
It looks like there's 6 pages.
Yeah, 6 pages with what? 12 people each. Like I told you, there's maybe been 60.
6, 9, 12. Yeah, there's 12 people on each. Yeah.
Yeah. He's full of shit.
Well, that
and why
he would
would
be
say
if
that?
it's showing that it's not here.
That dishonors every veteran, period. Your dad, my brother, many people that I know. Yes.
And my brother and my friends.
My uncle. Well, actually, it would be my great uncle.
Yeah, her great uncles.
To me, that's as bad as pimping out your mama. That's the way I feel about it. I knew he was full of shit because he didn't know what Deb Brew was. He doesn't. I mean, come on. His MOS is a Navy MOS.
This is the thing.
And see, the pages aren't even full, Betty.
He's not
just
on anything.
Unnecessary nonsense.
So,
and that's the kind of people that get you in trouble because you don't deserve to be. I mean, that's why that guy latched onto that dude.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I didn't even know that, but years ago, Dank made it look like he was with me and that I knew all about his crimes or what he's done or whatever. I don't know
Betty,
what people do.
The Green Party, I might be wrong about this. I might be missing a zero, just to be honest. But the Green Party last election when Trump was president, I think they literally got 62,000 votes. So I'm wondering, where does 450,000? I also looked it up and said, okay, if he's just going to write 450,000 words, it's 1,300 pages of text. I mean,
right. Well, I'm going to say right now, Brad, I don't know what's going on, but it doesn't show that you got the highest Medal of Honor at all.